We welcome you in here to beautiful J.F. Edwards on this Tuesday morning. You're looking live as the Bulldogs and the Maple Leafs in the Northern Illinois Big 12 matchup square off. The Maple Leafs 16-6 right now in the year, sitting at 5-1 in conference play. And it'd be a big time win as Streator sitting down at the lower end of this conference race when we look at it. But what a win it would be for Streator to be able to tap over the Maple Leafs here. Really looking to come out in this one.
Yeah, Geneseo's looking to bounce back from a tough game yesterday. One of their star players, Jenna Reddick, homesick, and came out on the wrong end of the scoreboard. So really looking to bounce back today.
That we are. I'd like to welcome you in, Scott Hardison, myself, Zach Mackey, and Keith Kennett to bring you TV 50 today as our first batter steps in. Emily Murray, second baseman, steps in to start things off for the Bulldogs. Top of the first pitch, 4:33 start time. First pitch is in there, first strike.
Reddick, a senior who's seen some varsity experience here for 4 years, so you expect a stalwart to come out and get that done.
High to second baseman. Rosk one down early. Like a lot of experience, as you said, out there. And
will be next.
Molly Brenner steps in.
Maggie McGurk on deck.
Starting defense out there for the Maple Leafs right now. Pitching, of course, is Reddick behind the plate. Kane over at first. Darian Gillette. Carly Rusk at second. Maddie Shoemaker at short. Rachel Farland at second base. Your outfield out in left field. Angie Schaumburg in center. Sierra Ricketts. And in right field, Taylor Price this afternoon.
Quite a bit of experience on the field for Geneseo, but still quite a young team.
Right up the middle, it's going to be a base hit for Benner. On to first she goes.
Reddick tried to come in there with a change-up, and Benner did a nice job of keeping her hands back, keeping her weight back, and shooting that ball right back up the middle.
Shortstop up now. Courtesy runner over to first base.
Yeah, Benner's the pitcher in high school softball. You get no substitution to run for the pitcher or the catcher, so most teams utilize that option just to keep your pitcher safe and your catcher, who generally is not one of your faster players, off the base pass.
Yo-oh from Reddick is swung on straight back. Foul. Leafs and the Bulldogs have already seen each other earlier on in the year, 19-7 at Streator. Geneseo walked away with the win. Quite a win it was. Swung on left side, double play, ball on to second. They do get the out at second base, safe at first is McGurk. But set actually with the amount of hits that they had in that contest, it put them at number 16 in the state for most amount of hits in a game. A pretty impressive number.
Yeah, the Streator program is down a little bit this year. They've been perennially a power in this conference in the last 5 or 6 years. Program struggling a little bit here this year, but has really given the Leafs a run the last couple of years in a game every time you see them, and you expect a good game out of Streator most times.
1-1 now.
1-1 on the batter with 2 outs and runner on first base.
2 down, runner on first in the top of the first. J.F. Edwards complex today. Sunny 75 degrees. That wind is coming directly in towards home plate.
Black is your next batter.
It's going to be hard to be able to get one out this afternoon. Swung on high. Shoemaker in the middle of the field comes down with it for the third out of the inning.
For the third out of the inning.
Bulldogs are able to get one on, but can't advance her. One hit, no errors, 1 runner left on for the Bulldogs. Now the Maple Leafs start things off. Maddie Shoemaker, Sierra Ricketts, and Jenna Reddick
are your first 3 batters.
Your first 3 to start it off.
Zach, a little interesting to be up here. You know, I was JV coach here in the program for 10 years, so it's a little different experience. I kidded Coach Pettit before the game, saying that I would try not to make too many disparaging remarks about his coaching. But And all kidding aside, you know, Bob Pettit has been a softball stalwart, to say the least, out here in Geneseo and in the ASA community. Well respected, and it's just interesting to come up here and then get to second guess
there you go.
moves that are made and different options. You don't have to make the decisions, and you can just critique what's going on, which is a little bit of fun on this side.
Yeah, kind of interesting because during the basketball season, then Coach Pettit's up here with us doing the same thing for basketball.
That is what Coach Pettit warned me about, that if I was too rough on him, that the basketball season does roll around here next fall. So he would take care of business if need be.
There you go.
Competitor in everything that he does.
And the Leafs have been. They have quite the record under Coach Bob Pettit. A lot of different accomplishments Coach Pettit has had throughout the years. He's taken teams to the Sweet 16, taken regional champs, conference champs, sectional champs, you name it. And Shoemaker steps in to start off the bottom of the first. Right side, a little bit of a slap hit. Pitcher fields it over to first. Close play, and Maddie Shoemaker runs it out. Safe at first to start off the first.
Speaking of coaching moves, I don't know if Coach Mitchell called that, and I'm almost 100% sure he didn't, because it was a swinging slap. But that's a great way to get your leadoff player on. You know, in essence, it was a slap hit, even though it wasn't meant to be. But Maddie really used her speed to get out on base there.
Foul ball from Ricketts.
Looked to me like that was a bunt on her own there, Zach. It was definitely not a sacrifice, because she had squared around late here, and Shoemaker was not going. But
this time swung on, straight back foul. Out of play it will go.
No, you can't see that on TV, but Zach was leaning out the window there trying to catch that foul ball. But he's got a little bit of a butterfingers, and there's a net above us, so we're in pretty good shape.
Nice netting. Keeps all the fans safe here. Nice to watch a ball game. J.F. Edwards. But again, that wind is coming dead in towards home plate. It is really blowing the flagpole out in center. If you get a ball high in the air, it's going to kill it. Swung on left side, past the shortstop, and it's a base hit from Sierra Ricketts. That shortstop kind of making a play towards second base, and Ricketts caught her, hitting it right in between that third base and second base gap.
You mentioned it before, Zach, the amount of hits they had in the first game against these Streator Bulldogs. I think you said something like 27, and they're off to 2 singles here to open the game.
Rennick steps in. Ball one.
So we have runners on first and second.
First.
And nobody out. Third batter in the lineup.
Just won it big time last time these two teams met up.
Tried to change up there, and the catcher was unable to stop the ball in the dirt, so both base runners moved up 60 feet. So now you've got a situation where you got runners on second and third, nobody out. With Reddick at the plate, you would assume your 3-batter, you're really looking for her to put the ball into play here.
Called strike. 2-1 now on Jenna Rennick. 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. Good position for the Leafs to be in.
You know, a lot of teams will run a contact play here where any contact with the speed on the base, they're going to send the runner from third. Not so much a suicide squeeze, but, you know, on contact, we will be looking to advance some runners and make the defense make a play.
Swung on by Reddick, out into center field, off the glove of the center fielder. 1 run scores for the Maple Leafs, second one being waved in, and Sierra Ricketts scored 2-0. The Leafs are on top of the Bulldogs.
We'll have to wait for the official score on that one, but really the center fielder kind of took a step in there, which is a move that you're taught in the outfield right away not to do. You take that first step back and then make the judgment. And I know I listen to a lot of baseball, and you hear announcers say all the time, the ball hit right at you sometimes is the hardest one to make a play on, and that was the case there. That ball was hit directly at the center fielder, and she took the step in, and then it went high off her glove over her head.
Leah Rashid having some troubles out there, getting a glove on it. Now it's Hannah Kane, the junior catcher.
So if they made you the official scorer, Mr. Mackey, what play would you be?
Well, I say if it hits the glove, it's got to be an error out there in center. Kane hits it high into the air, left side. Looked like left fielder was going to make a play on it. That wind killed it, and shortstop ends up coming down with it for out number 1.
Kelsey had her on to courtesy runner for Reddick there at first base, and she advanced as far as she could there on that pop fly, but was good base running and was able to get back after the ball was caught.
And now Darian Gillette, she's a big-time hitter for the Leafs. You better watch out. Swung on this time, center field. Right fielder and second baseman come together. Second baseman comes down with it, 2 down.
Yeah, the wind is pretty tough here. Both the last 2 balls I thought the outfielders were going to make plays on, but both the second baseman on that play and the shortstop on the last one did a good job tracking the ball and staying with it. As the ball got blown back in, they were able to put the easy putouts there just on the outfield grass.
First pitch is a ball. Out of the first, 2-0. The Maple Leafs lead it.
Looks like the Streator pitcher, Molly Benner, does try to use that changeup quite a bit to keep the Geneseo hitters off balance. If you can stay back on a pitcher like that, a lot of times you can get some good hits.
A solid hit into center field, off the fence. Center fielder Britton didn't know what to do with it. 1 run's going to score. She bobbles the ball out in center. On to third, and safe at third is Rachel Varlin. Center fielder has some trouble reading that ball, where it was going. Off the fence it went. She picked the ball up, and then she kind of fumbled it around, and on to third went Varlin, seeing center fielder not able to come up with the ball the first time.
I think you got to call that a double with an error there on the bobble. So I don't think she's going to catch that ball unless she makes a spectacular play. So that's a hit, but the error comes on handling the ball there out of the grass and allowing Varlin to move up to third.
Maddie Mackey steps in now. Takes first pitch, strike.
Maddie Mackey, I heard there's quite a bit of some family tradition and lineage with athletic ability within there. A couple of older brothers, and we hear the phenom is the little sister coming up.
Yeah, it's one to watch out for. 1-1 now. Swing on this time, right side, foul it goes.
Bob Petter's done a good job of sprinkling in younger players every year, so he really doesn't have a team without any experience every year. And Maddie's just another freshman who's slid right in here in the Geneseo Leafs softball program and trying to carry on the lineage that this program has produced.
Right side foul, it bounces out off the end of the bat.
Again, Benner there relying on that changeup to keep the Leafs batters on their toes. It's I've found it in my coaching experience, girls prefer to hit against pitchers with speed. The slower pitchers are the ones that really seem to bother them.
Billy Converse, one of those guys for the baseball team that does the same thing to his opponents for Geneseo baseball.
Billy's having a great year for the boys baseball team. 2 complete games in a row. I believe 2 complete game shutouts for the baseball team, who's also having a great year. And they're playing Streator tonight as well here in wonderful Geneseo. And at Stone Field.
On
And
deck.
we'll try to get you an update on that game whenever we get a chance here during our broadcast.
Full count, payoff pitch is swung on foul.
And again, back to that changeup. Changeup. I guess if you see a girl struggling to get her bat around and stay back long enough that you just you stay with that pitch whenever you can.
Yeah, you know Maddie well enough to know she does not like the changeup. She wants a fastball, and that time she fouls the fastball straight back.
Can you explain that relationship, Zach, how you know Maddie that well?
I saw her in the hallway one day.
Did you? You talked to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it must have been the highlight of her day, being able to talk to a senior.
Pitch is swung on high. Catcher trying to make a play on it, and she does right over home plate. Third out. Nap before the Leafs get 3 across, though. 3-0 they lead at the conclusion of the first inning. To the second we go. Right now, you talked about it. It's kind of Streator week here in Geneseo as Maple Leaf Baseball up on the hill over at Stone Field. They're taking on Streator as well. Right now, Maple Leaf Baseball is 17-5-1 on the year. They're chasing the 22 win mark. That is the school record right now for most amount of wins in a season. And it's one of their team goals for that one.
Steve Brooker's done a nice job getting that program back on track here, and they had a good season last year, and really backing it up here with a second good season. Some seniors, you had already mentioned Billy Converse and Ray Singbush, Zach Alexander, and the crew up there at Stonefield have really made the town proud. And with what the football team had done in the fall and the wrestling team did in the winter, hopefully the baseball team can do some fun stuff this spring.
Now the 5-hitter is up for the Bulldogs. Takes first pitch strike. Lexi Black also playing right field today. Down and away for a ball.
If you're looking at a high school pitcher, generally, unless they're a rise ball pitcher, you are really seeing if they're in control, if they can keep the ball down around a girl's knees. You really want to keep that eye level and keep the ball down so they can't get to drive underneath the ball.
Yeah, and I know pitching coach for the Leafs, Coach Mike Kernan, that's one of his big things. Before speed, or more than he cares about more than speed or anything, is where you put the ball.
Well, and that's everything with pitching. And, the girls with speed will do the power for you there. And that ball there was kept down, and it was a nice ball hit right back to Jenna Reddick, and she got the put out herself there at first base. An easy play for her. And again, keep the ball down, put the ball on the ground, and make your defense do some work.
They can now.
Is next.
Stepping in. First pitch strike, and there's something Jenna Reddick's done good throughout this contest. Huge part of the game is throwing that first pitch strike in there. 0-1. Got her in a hole now. 0-2.
So it's 0-2 on the batter with
0-2 count. It opens everything you have in your pitching repertoire. You can keep the batter off the field. You just don't want to give them a meatball. You don't want to give them over the plate. You want them to get to chase one of your pitches there, and Jenna did just that. Try to pitch there on the outside off the plate, so even if the girl was able to make contact, it's not going to go very far. So that's just experience pitching.
Swinging strike down, doing it herself. Jenna Reddick sets her down. 2 down now.
I like the approach here that Jenna and her catcher, Hannah Kane, are really keeping the lower portion of this order off the base pass. Don't waste pitches. Come in there and get ahead of the batter, and then put him out early. And again, just like you said, she started off this next batter, number 3 here, Shelby Schmidt, with a swinging strike, so she's ahead already.
Leafs are swing on left side foul, coming off a loss to Galesburg. A hard loss for the Leafs. The Galesburg team that didn't look that good on paper, kind of like this Streator team, but they lost 8-3 was the score of that one. That was yesterday. So it's a quick bounce back to take on a conference opponent right here.
Yeah, and that Galesburg loss could come back and bug the Leafs a little, because I would assume
1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter.
Galesburg will be in their regional, so you don't like to lose to regional teams. You know, your conference is your main goal here during the regular season, but you look to the postseason, and a loss to a team like Galesburg could come back and haunt you. And all Geneseo can do now is put some wins on the board, and hopefully they can overcome that loss when the seeding comes out.
Called strike 3, 1, 2, 3. Jenna Reddick sets them down to the bottom of the second. We go now. Due up for the Leafs. Carly Rusk and then Angie Schomburg. Then top of the lineup we will go to Maddie Shoemaker. Take the price being the flex player out there, but again, we've touched on it. The head coach for the Leafs, Coach Bob Pettit. Assistant coaches, their coach Pat Mitchell, coaching third base, and Coach Mike Kernan coaching first base.
Also have a new coach on staff this year, Coach Vandy Woestein, who's working predominantly with the catchers on all levels, but I know she sits with the team in the varsity dugout and helps Coach Pettit as a bench coach when Coach Mitchell and Coach Kernan are out on the field when we take the bat.
Coming out for her second inning of work will be Molly Benner.
Over on the JV diamond, it looks like our JV Lady Leafs are up 3-1 here early in their contest as well.
Fans of our concession stand. Plenty to eat and drink.
JV did get the win last night against Galesburg. The winning streak. First
year head coach Stephanie Palmer doing a good job with the JV squad over there.
Taking a high for ball 1 is Rusk.
I'm just looking down here, this lineup, you really have 1, 2 seniors with Price in the flex spot as a third senior. So you're going to have a ton of experience back next year. You know, you're playing a sophomore at shortstop. You've got a junior in a catcher, and a sophomore at third, and a freshman at first. So you're setting yourself up to have another good year next year.
Up high and away. 2-1 now.
I had the joy of coaching Carly Rusk when she was a freshman. She's one of those kids that when you're a softball coach, you love to have around. She loves to get dirty. Kind of, I think she makes sure that uniform gets dirty each and every day that she gets out here and dives and hustles and gives you 100% all the time, and really worked hard her freshman year and in the beginning of her sophomore year to earn that starting second baseman job, and it's nice to see her succeed.
Takes that changeup left side. Third baseman cross the field over to first. Called out. Base umpire Tim Alonso. That's the call. Third baseman, though. Nice job coming across the middle of the field. I always say every ball is yours at third base.
It is, especially on the softball diamond with such short bases. You really have to take charge. Sometimes that ball get to the shortstop. You might not be able to throw the runner out, especially a ball hit that slowly.
Angie Schoenberg, a junior lineup. Called strike 0-2 now. Sometimes you kind of think 9-hitter, that's where you hide someone. But Schoenberg, we've done games where, I mean, she can hit it out of the ballpark. She's got a lot of power in that.
Yeah, I think, Zach, that's kind of a philosophy that some coaches have. I always have, and I believe Coach Pettit thinks the same way. My 9 batter is my second leadoff batter. A girl with some speed, with some pop, some on-base percentage that can get on top, get on base for the top of that order, and I think Angie Schomburg fits that bill.
Back to the top we go. A single last time for Shoemaker. Do the same again.
Patty Shoemaker is your batter. Ricketts on deck.
3-0. Maple Leafs lead it. A little bit of a different uniform they got this year. Green pants, green shirt for the Maple Leafs. Pinstripe white sides.
Maddie Shoemaker is your prototypical leadoff batter. She's got speed. She gets on base. She makes contact. Everything you want in a leadoff batter. Has a good eye at the plate.
3 balls and no strikes.
3-0 now. Having a little trouble finding the zone is Benner.
Yeah, see here what Coach Mitchell's thinking at third base. If we give her the green light or if she's taken here 3-0.
She takes that pitch for a strike.
I believe that was a neighborhood strike is what you call that. That was close to the strike zone 3-0 and the umpire gave it to her.
Just like that, it fills the count up at full.
It's okay. If you can't hit with 2 strikes, you can't be a player. I'm sure that doesn't bother Maddie at all. She takes a little bit shorter swing here and tries to get on base.
Swung on right side, right fielder coming in and then back for the third out of the inning. At the conclusion of 2, Leafs lead it 3-0. We'll be back here on TV 50.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Welcome back for the third inning on TV 50. Scott Hardison, I'm Zach Mackey, Keith Kenny. Today from J.F. Edwards, this time swung into center. Sierra Ricketts, 1 down.
Ricketts is under it.
We're just talking about some intricacies here in of the softball game in between innings. Why we're a little late coming back here, but talking about when you look out onto the field, Darian Gillette playing first, and she's listed as the DP. And it allows you some using the flex, and the DP allows you some options to do with your fielding. The first pitch there by Jenna was a ball, but if you use the flex and the DP and you use the versatility with that, you can move it around, and basically the rule allows you to put any of the 9 fielders on the field as long as the flex is there with you, and you can change your defensive alignment every inning, every batter if you'd like, as long as your flex is on the field. So Coach Pettit is very versed in the knowledge of that rule and uses that here with Gillette on the field and Mackey in the dugout.
Ball a little too low. Shayna Phillips, the catcher and also the 9-hitter for the Bulldogs. Fouls it off down right side.
On deck.
2-2 now. Top of the lineup will go after Phillips.
You notice quite a disparity here with the speed of the pitching. Rettig, like I said, a 4-year varsity player, changing the speeds, but can bring it quite a bit when she wants to. Whereas the Streator pitcher uses the changeup, and her speed is not nearly as fast as Jenna. So just a difference in the 2 pitchers.
High right side, foul territory. Price trying to make a play on it, but gets down. Foul ball.
That's a case of the wind there. I'm not sure you could place that ball any better if you're the hitter. If you don't want to get out, the ball just kind of right down the line, and the wind blew it almost there to the fence. You had Rusk and Taylor Price, the right fielder, going after that, but it was able to drop in there.
Swinging strikeout. Oh, they're saying Hannah Kane dropped it. A drop third strike, throwing it over to first, and hits off the helmet of Phillips. And Coach Bob Pettit's coming out to get an explanation of, apparently, and saying it was a drop third strike. Home plate umpire.
He came out and said that that was a strike, but the umpire said the ball hit the dirt. Then Hannah Kane picked it up, threw it down to first, but the runner was in the runner's lane, and she has the right to be there.
I think might check if it bounced or not.
Yeah.
For sure. Umpires will meet out at second base because I don't think there's any argument. She was running right down the base path.
I saw Coach Pettit asking the home umpire to check the running lane, but I think the umpires made the right call there. She was running in the running lane, and that was a drop third strike, so it counts as a strikeout for Jenna, but we have a runner on first.
Showing bunt now, laying it down is Murray. On to second went Phillips. Out at first was Murray.
Talked about the first inning with Sierra Ricketts. She was trying to bunt for a hit when we had a runner on first. That was a straight sacrifice bunt. The batter squared early and gave the indication. Geneseo took the out, and now we have a runner on second.
Runner on second, still 2 down now. 9-hitter Molly Benner, also the pitcher.
She has the only hit in the game for Streator.
Yep, dead ball. They're calling the runner on second base out, running into Shoemaker there. Here's the out for Shoemaker. To the bottom of the third we go. Flying by in this contest, 23 minutes in, and we're heading to the bottom of the third already. Leafs trying to get the bats going again. They will start off with Sierra Ricketts to start things off. But so far this year, Leafs have scored 205 runs to 99. They're averaging 9.3 runs per game. Pretty big number for the Leafs.
As a pitcher, you got to like that. Got to like when some runs are scored for you. If you know your team's averaging those 9 runs, you have a little bit of play there with what you're doing.
Leafs got 3 in the bottom of the first, none in the bottom of the second. Now in the third, they're seeking for a couple more here. Brenner will come out for the second time through the lineup now.
And you hope as a coach that the Lady Leafs are talking to each other in the dugout and using that experience with their first at bat against Benner, that they're adjusting to the speed. You know, you're staying back, knowing that changeup's coming. You know, even our fastball and our other pitches aren't that fast. So hopefully they've made the adjustments. The coaches are talking to the girls are talking to each other, making the in-game adjustments that you have to do in order to be a good softball team.
Ricketts last time had a single left side of the field. The righty steps in again. Trying to get something going in the bottom of the third.
Ricketts will be leading it off for the Leafs. Reddick and Kane are the 3 batters.
This is really one of the hearts of the Maple Leafs lineup right now, with some big-time hitters in Reddick, Kane, and Gillette. Also 2 up behind Ricketts.
You have three of your 4 seniors in the next 4 batters, so you hope to accomplish something.
Fly ball to right field.
Flew out to right field for 1 down.
Still, I think the girls are trying to stay back, but they're not exploding through the ball, driving with their hips and their hands. You know, it's more of a defensive swing against that changeup, so we really need to stay back, but still stay aggressive with the swing.
Changeup, first pitch to Reddick.
You almost get to the point when you're with a pitcher like this, the fastball becomes the changeup.
Yeah.
You throw so many changeups that your fastball is the thing that you try to sneak in on the girls.
Bouncing in for a ball. 2-0 now. a 3-hitter for the Maple Leafs.
To get the ball to the center fielder who made the mistake or the error in the first inning. So hopefully getting another solid swing on the ball.
3-0 on the batter. With 1 out and no 1 on.
Trigger, Jan, trigger.
And the take sign on there, 3-0. Still way ahead in the count. Jen is still in the driver's seat here as a hitter. Can be looking for a pitch that she wants to drive.
Nice day here in Geneseo, Illinois.
Bredig with some senior experience there. A changeup that she didn't like, and knowing she still has another strike, she just let that one go.
A nice shot into left field. It's got a shot off the top of the fence. On to second goes Reddick. It was a shot off the bat, and it's a 2-bagger for Jenna Reddick.
Yeah, I think on a normal day, Zach, that we're talking about a home run here. But, you know, that wind is pretty strong coming right in from left field, and probably just held that up just enough so it didn't get out of the park.
It was a shot flying off the bat. Kelsey Ender will go out to second base to run for Jenna. Hannah Kane now. Hannah flew out to the second baseman last at bat.
And this is when teams with a lot of experience and hitting the ball really need to dig in and score some runs. You got a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. You need to get her into the plate with the heart of your order here. Hannah Kane, a junior, a catcher, has been in the varsity lineup here now for 3 years. She knows what she needs to do.
Swung on, straight back pitcher over to first.
Right back to the pitcher.
For the second out of the inning, but advancing on to third was Eder.
Good base running there by Eder. She took her lead and then her secondary lead, and when the pitcher fumbled the ball, she knew that the pitcher's only play was to go to first. So as the pitcher went to first there to get the put out in the second out, Kelsey was able to advance on to third base, which now gives the opportunity that if a ball gets by or a pass ball, we might be able to score without having to get a hit here.
And now the Bulldogs have put a shift on. They have kind of taken the second baseman, put her behind second base, and taken shortstop and moved her back to the grass.
The shift guru, Joe Madden from the Tampa Bay Rays, has even filtered down into high school softball here, where you start seeing 3 infielders on one side of the bag. Get another changeup.
2 balls and no strikes on the batter.
You see Darian Gillette comes up there. It's,
For the Bulldogs.
you know, you don't want to give her a good pitch in the zone. I remember we went down to Myrtle Beach when the Leafs went down there and hitting a grand slam over the left field line and getting up again with the same opportunity. Bases loaded. It's just like, when Darian gets up there, you better watch out. She got a lot of power behind her. Calling time is the Bulldog coach.
Coach petted out talking to Gillette, taking advantage of this timeout, but I'm sure he's talking to her, telling her that it's a 2-0 count, and I can see him saying, talking about the hips, talking about staying on the ball, staying tall, probably looking at a senior, challenging her here in this situation to take advantage, to keep that bat level, to drive through the ball. You don't worry about hitting a home run or trying to hit a home run. You want to put a good swing on the bat, and you let your swing take care of the rest.
Swung on left side, just foul. It goes on the left side of third base.
Kelsey Eder again with good base running there. She led off in third base. I know that ball missed her, but if that ball hits her in foul territory, she's still safe. If she's on the line or in fair territory and that ball hits her off the bat, then she's out. So, I know the coaching staff talks about that a lot, but it's just nice to see that players take advantage and listen to that.
High up into the air it goes. Right side, and will be out of play onto another diamond. 2-2 now.
And even to count at 2-2
That,
with 2 outs and a run.
That changeup when it's high like that looks like a real easy pitch to hit, but it's hard to get on top of the ball, and I think she just got excited to see a changeup up that high, but you really need to stay back and drive through here.
Kind of a little check swing. Etter's going to take home plate, and she does. And the Leafs take an even bigger lead, 4-0 now.
You know, and that makes that base running job by Kelsey Etter on the ball hit by Reddick there, or by Hannah Kane there, moving up to third so she can score on the pass ball. It's those little things that make this Geneseo Lady Leaf program solid year in and year out. You take advantage of mistakes and you're aggressive, and Kelsey was able to do that there to score.
Full count, 2 down. Change up left side, Gillette. It's a fair ball down the left field line, back to the fence. On to second goes Gillette, and she will be held up at second base. A double for Darian Gillette.
Just as a hitter, you're a little miffed there. Could have got the RBI and a great hit there, but you know, you take them. You're a team player. You want to see that run scored. You don't really care how it does, but in that situation, you know, especially as 4 batter, you want to rack up those RBIs. And one pitch, could have got it.
Yeah. First pitch is a strike on Rachel Farland. Last time had a deep shot into center field, went off the center field fence for a double from Farland. Ended up at third with an error from the center fielder. 1-1 as that pitch misses outside.
See Gillette running for herself there as the DP. We could be using the flex in that position, but with a 4-run lead and 2 outs, Pettit is.
Oh, over the head of right fielder, not making a good read on it. Gillette's going to score from second, rounding second, on to third. It's a play at third for Varlin, and she's safe at third base. Wow, I thought right fielder was under it. She looked as if she was, and then all of a sudden ball sails about 4 feet over her head.
You get a little extra pop with that blow, that wind blowing towards right field. So just kind of, she played it wrong. But again, like I said, Gillette ran for herself there. You know, a ball hit it on the ground. Gillette's going to score easy. So Pettit playing the odds there with 2 outs, decided not to run for her this time. Streator pitcher got away with an illegal pitch there. She went to her glove twice before coming to the plate, but the umpires must not have saw that.
No, but Geneseo coaching staff did right away. Coach Mitchell making comment just to make sure you see it next time.
One of those little things as a coach, you see every little thing that happens out there, and I still have that in my blood, but you know, up 4-0, you're not really going to scream about it too much.
Swung on to the shortstop, past the shortstop. It's an error on the shortstop, and Varlin scores. On to first goes Mackey.
I don't want to harp on the same point over and over and over, but again, with Varland making it to third, being very aggressive when she hit the ball, she was able to score on a ball that she should not have scored on, should have been at second base, moved to third on that play.
Strike one, and errors have plagued the inning for the Bulldogs. Having 2 errors this inning, 4 so far in the contest. 6-0 lead for the Maple Leafs, fouled off by Rusk.
See, Tawny Ricketts just showed up here. I know a lot of you know her story, and it's just nice to see her out and about here, you know, sitting with her parents here, watching her sister, a senior, play some softball. So it's nice that she gets out on a nice day like this, and we all are wishing the best and a speedy recovery to Tawny.
1-2 on Rusk. Absolutely. Runner on first. Swung on, second baseman trying to tag the runner. Running to second, can't get her, but she throws it over to first for the third out of the inning. The Leafs get another 3 in the third, and they go up 6-0 to the top of the fourth. We will go here on TV 50. We thank you for joining us for this one, as it appears Jenna Reddick will come back out, and we will stay with the same old lineup for the Maple Leafs that we've seen in the first 3 innings.
Taking a peek over on the other diamond, Zach, the JV Lady Leafs are up 4-1 in the 4th inning, to give our viewers just a heads up what's going on over there as well.
Games are flying by right now, 35 minutes in, and we are in the top of the 4th.
Speaking of the younger phenom, Mackey athlete, I see her moseying on out to the car to go play a little travel soccer with the legend Travis Mackey. So, keep those Mackey kids coming through the pipeline here in Geneseo to keep our athletic programs doing well.
There you go.
Promised Allie I'd get her a shout out on the air, so made sure I got that done.
Nice throw down by Kane. Fourth we go. Hannah Kane sometimes doesn't get enough recognition for all that she does behind the plates. Not an easy position.
No, it's a thankless position.
Yeah. Unless something goes wrong, then everyone starts to notice that position.
Yeah.
Swung on left side. Shoemaker to first. Nice little stretch by Gillette. One down now. Over there on that JV field, we talked about it. Leafs leading 4-1. Riley Cumberland had a home run over the fence. Future looks bright for the Maple Leafs.
It's a good screwball there and on the hands by Jenna. Keeping, she tends to stay away on the batters and had quite a bit here in the beginning of the game, but maybe changing some things up, coming inside, keeping the batters on their toes.
Swinging strike there, 0-2 now on Greenwood.
Not to be outdone by the Streator pitcher. Jenner was able to pull a string there and throw her own changeup in there for a swinging strike.
Setting up outside is Kane, and outside corner, strike 3.
That's a tough thing for a batter right there. 3 pitches in a row. She came inside with a screwball. So got the batter off the plate a little. Got her timing all screwed up with that second pitch, which was a changeup, and then went outside to get the strikeout.
Lexi Black steps in, one of the rare left-handed hitters for the Bulldogs. Hits the first pitch foul.
And that's an oddity for Streator. In the past they had a lot of slappers. A lot of players just got on base with putting the ball into play. So this is a change here with the Streator program. A lot of right-handed batters just trying to pop the ball and not so much just put the ball in play and make the fielders make the play. So it's a little change of philosophy.
Down in the dirt, Kane gets a hold of it.
Hannah Kane is what you want in the body type for a high school catcher.
Down low for a ball.
Tall, athletic, can move around, but is a big enough target for the catcher or for the pitcher to come in there. And I think she has a chance to play some college softball in the catching position if she wants to.
Rachel Varlin off the glove over to first. Not in time. It's a wild throw. Anyway, runner safe at first. Trying to come across the field was Varlin, and it just hit off the bottom of the glove.
I'm not sure that's not a hit anyway, Zach. I think even on a good throw by Varlin there, I think the runner beats that out. And defense was okay. Bounce off the fence there. You might as well try to get the out, but able to corral and keep her at first base. So I'd probably score that one a hit just because the runner would have beat the throw anyways.
Brianna McCann, left fielder, steps in. Runner on first with 2 down, and it's a base hit right up the middle. Sierra Ricketts getting it in. Runners on first and second now with 2 down.
Now you look to Jenna Reddick here as a senior leader with a good run lead in the game here, to squelch this 2-out rally with runners on first and second.
Left side, foul it goes.
Take the game into her own hands and, put away the batter and make it not a problem. But they put a couple of hits together here in a row with 2 outs.
Shelby Schmitz last time struck out, so they could bring it again. This time high, right side, running back and forth as Price. 1 run's going to score. The second run is going to be held up. Now she's going to go. As
she did not touch the plate.
now she did. One of those plays that, watching the third base coach, she waved her in the whole time. She stopped on her own and then saw that Rusk was holding the ball in deep right side of the field, and give her credit. Smart base running, tacked on it.
You know what, I like to see Carly, catch that ball and throw that, gun that home right away instead of holding the ball in her hand. In worst case scenario, then you run the batter back to third base, but holding the ball there allowed the girl to advance and score that second run.
Rusk, and scooping it out of the dirt is Gillette. For the third out to the bottom of the fourth, now we go, and Gillette looks as if she's in a little bit of pain. She's got some dirt in her eyes from scooping that up out of the dirt. Nice play by her, though, to end the top of the fourth. To the bottom we go. 6-2 now. The Maple Leafs lead it over the Bulldogs as the Bulldogs pick up 2 in the top of the fourth.
Always teaching, always coaching. I saw Coach Pettit over there take Rusk aside as they came in and probably talk to her just about that, of catching that ball. You would have liked seen the right fielder make a little better play on the ball, but she didn't get the ball, so she got the ball in quickly to the cutoff, which she was supposed to do, but then we held the ball there in the cutoff position. You want to get that ball into the infield, get that ball home, and in worst case scenario, you're running the girl back to third and keep her at third. By holding on to the ball, we allowed the Streator girl to advance to home and probably gave up a second run that we probably shouldn't have.
Angie Schomburg now will start the bottom of the fourth. She flew out last time to second baseman. Leafs right now, 6 hits. Streator sitting with 4 hits. Big thing is when they came. That's why the Leafs got 6. Streator's got 2.
Just got an update from the JV Diamond. Briley Coberline is having a game over there. She just hit her second home run out of the park on the JV Diamond.
Wow. Impressive. Brad out for out number 1. Top of the lineup now. Maddie Shoemaker.
Shoemaker is your next batter, the shortstop. Ricketts is next.
Down to the dirt ball. 6-2. You still lead it.
Like to see the Leafs come back and put a crooked number on the board here. After giving up those 2 runs that they probably felt they shouldn't have in the top of the inning, come back and put a crooked number on the board so they're matching their runs and feel a little better about themselves team-wise.
Shoemaker, sophomore. Played shortstop as a freshman. Pretty impressive with Geneseo softball to be playing in the shortstop position, one of the most important as a freshman.
I agree with that statement, but what makes it even more impressive is that Maddie Shoemaker played outfield her entire life till she got to high school. Coach Pettit recognized her athletic ability and her speed and her arm and realized she could handle that shortstop position even though she had never played there before.
And a close play.
Remember the ground out this time to the shortstop, and now Sierra Ricketts is up.
Ricketts is your next batter.
2 down.
Generetti
6-2, the Maple Leafs lead. Swung on by Ricketts into center field. Center fielder is there. And retiring the Leafs in order 1-2-3 to end the bottom of the fourth. Leafs still lead at 6-2. We'll be right back on TV 50.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
We welcome you back here. First pitch is in there for a strike.
9 batter for Streator leading off here the bottom of the 5th inning. If you're Streator and you're their coaching staff, you're saying we put a couple runs on the board last inning. Let's do the same thing this inning and make this a ball game again. A little outside there. Jenna trying to work the outside corner. Kind of a shorter girl. The strike zone's a little bit smaller, so you have to be a little bit more precise. Try the same spot. Don't want to get behind and get the 9 batter on base. You want to make sure you keep her off with the top of the order coming up.
3-0. And there's the strike she's been looking for.
You got to think she had the take sign there, and as a third base coach, I'm thinking maybe even a take sign here at 3-1 to get her on base.
That it is. Over to first goes Phillips. Top of the lineup, Emily Murray now.
Leadoff runners on base have a tendency to score, so you know, as a defense, you don't want the runner on. As an offense, you want to get your leadoff runner on. So Streator with the advantage here in the top of the 5th.
Called strike.
Top of the order.
Last time
Emily
she
Murray.
bunted.
The second baseman is your batter.
Bunted the runner over from first. Look for her to maybe do the same with no outs.
Yeah, you took the words right out of her mouth. I thought she would be sacrificing again here, but she did not. Now in the hole 0-2. I think there's quite a bit of respect for Hannah Kane out there in the conference, so I don't think the girl on first will be running here.
Foul off.
Living on the outside.
0-2 on
0-2. You don't want to give her a pitch that she can hit. That's right where Jenna wants to put it, that if she really has to dive out over the plate, she can't put much pop on it, and she was only able to tick the ball there for a foul.
High. Trying to make a play on it is Kane, but can't as the ball goes out of play. Foul.
Good battle here. Jenna making the Streator batter hit her pitch, and the Streator batter is making contact on every pitch.
Left side, foul it goes.
It's a good setup pitch there by Reddick. You know, change up, change the speed, get her a little off balance, and I would think Jenna's going to come back here with a pitch on the outside corner with some speed, maybe even up a little bit to put her away.
Outside for a ball.
Tried the curveball low, missed there, but 0-2, that's not a bad pitch at all to throw by Jenna.
Outside for a ball.
Again, Jenna's still in charge of this at bat by far. I like what she's doing here, moving the ball around, changing the speeds, keeping her away from the center of the plate with 2 strikes.
Inside for a ball.
Tried the screwball. I like the idea there. Just a little bit inside, but again, changing eye levels, changing inside, outside, changing speeds. It's what you want out of a pitcher. Just don't lose her here.
The 10th pitch of the at-bat. Swung on this time, left side. Rachel Varlin over to second. Got her at second. Getting the lead runner are the Lady Leafs.
To get the lead runner for the first out of the inning.
Again, made contact there, but Jenna was in charge of that at-bat the whole time. The defense behind her on a ground ball to third, got the lead runner at first, or got the lead runner at second, so 1 out in the same situation.
The pitcher for the Bulldogs now up. Had a single to start things in the first inning. This time high in the air. Second baseman Rusk playing that wind to a T, turning her back so the wind is coming at her.
Russ makes the catch.
And makes the out for 2 down.
I'd like to see the right fielder take a little bit more charge there. Any ball that's up in the air, the outfielder has the right of way there, and I think Taylor could have called Carly off, but as a second baseman, you play it until you hear somebody call you off. Good pitch.
Strike one.
Is your batter.
Fouled off into the glove.
Inside on the hands, which the batter wasn't able to get. Keep her weight back, so really turned on it. Fouled on the left field line.
A runner on first base.
A nice solid shot out into right center field, rounding onto third. Ricketts picks it up, getting it in. 1 run's going to score for the Bulldogs, just like that. 3-6 now. Top of the 5th.
That's a nice hit. You got to think that's probably their best hitter there, Zach, in the 3 spot. That's why she's in that spot to drive in runs and gets hit. That was a nice line drive to right center field.
Michaela Greenwood is your batter.
Pitch from Reddick, too far inside.
You really want to see Jenna shut the door here. You know, up with a 3-run lead in the 5th inning. You don't want to give Streator any hope to get back in the ball game. You've got their 4th batter up here. Hopefully we can put her away without any more damage.
That wind is not let up. Vicious up there. Coming straight dead in from center field. Swinging strike, 1-2 now.
Pitcher's favorite friend is a catcher who can frame a pitch, and on that last pitch, Hannah Kane did a nice job bringing that ball back over the outside corner, framing that in there for a strike.
Fouling it off back. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. 6-3, Maple Leafs leading. Bulldogs picked up 1 so far in the top of the 5th. Ooh, just misses outside.
It's a good pitch ahead in the count. Make it so if the batter does make contact, you're not going to get a lot of power on that pitch. I like that call, and I like that execution by Redding. Inside, outside, inside, outside.
Yeah, working all around.
Working both sides of the plate.
Full count now with 2 down. We're on second. Here's the payoff pitch. Right back in. Jenna Reddick gets a glove on it. Makes it look easy. Does Reddick. Well, that's where that can get dangerous, though, if she doesn't have the glove up there.
Yeah, that's an instinct catch. It's a girl who's been on the pitching mound most of her life. I'm sure has seen her fair share of balls like that, but still as a coach, that's in your heart's up in your throat when that line drive comes right back to your pitcher. But thankfully, Jenna was able to stay out of the way and in addition, catch it and make the out.
Jenna Reddick makes the play there, and now she'll try to make the play at the plate. She'll start off the bottom of the 5th for the Maple Leafs. Geneseo baseball again is playing the Bulldogs up on the hill right now. They are tied at 0s in the bottom of the 4th. Greg Rusk is on the mound for the Maple Leafs, and Drew Himmelman. Pierce is going in here pretty soon, but 0-0 in that one. 6-3 here. Bulldogs got 1 in the top of the 5th.
You know, we jumped on them early here, Zach, and it would be nice to see us, get the bats going again and put some more runs on the board and put this game out of reach. Streeter's starting to get a little confident. They put runs on the boards the last 2 innings. So I'd like to see us, especially with the middle of our order here, put another run or 2 on the board to seize control back in the game. You kind of feel like momentum is shifted a little to the Lady Bulldogs here, and hopefully with your 2 seniors here leading off the inning that we can get something going and put some runners on.
Jenna Reddick, 1 for 2 today. The changeup first pitch is in there for a strike.
Telling you, I know I said it earlier, Zach, but I'm starting to think her fastballs or changeups throw so many changeups that you might even want to, never want to sit on a changeup with a pitcher throwing this many. I might even, have at least have that in the back of my mind that I'm thinking there's going to be a changeup coming here. Some at bat, stay back and drive through that pitch.
1-1. Swung on, third baseman. Over to first.
Nice pickup there at third
One
base.
down now.
Good throw to first for the first out of the inning. And King is your next batter.
Stay back, stay back, stay back, and drive your hips through.
Sometimes these big power hitters have the hardest time with the changeups.
Yeah, it really is a problem. But it's not a Geneseo Lady Leaf problem. It's a really good softball player problem. I think most good softball players would tell you they'd rather face speed than a slow pitcher any day of the week.
This time it's hit into left. Can't make the play on it. Is the left fielder for the Bulldogs. On to second goes Kane.
Kane ends up at second base.
McCann couldn't get it out there and left, and Kane comes up with the double.
I would think Coach Pettit here would go with a different courtesy runner for her catcher once that ball's back on the circle with another runner.
Gillette had it doubled on the left field line.
Maybe not. Hannah Kane gets to run for herself.
I don't see that often. Gonna change up first pitch outside this time for a ball.
And like you said, with a power hitter here, you just want her to stay back and drive through even on a changeup.
Swinging strike. 1-1 now.
Pulled her head there a little bit, really trying to hit that ball, not letting the bat do its work. So, Darian, just keep your head in there, stay on the pitch, and drive Hannah Kane in.
A nice shot into center field over the center fielder's head, back to the fence. Kane rounding third. Gillette on to second, and Kane will score.
Cardinals in there by the outfielder again. Her first step was in.
These outfielders have had trouble for the Bulldogs reading these pop flies in the wind.
Yeah, I think they're so worried, with that wind blowing in, that a ball's going to drop in front of them, so they're taking that first step in, and they're getting burned. They don't realize that the Geneseo Lady Leafs still have the pop in their bat with that wind.
And now Taylor Price, the flex, will come in and run for the DP.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier. This is the flexibility using that flex DP. Taylor can come in and run for Darian, and then you don't even have to do a substitution. You bring Maddie Mackey back out in the defense, but Taylor in the lineup and allowed to run for the DP.
Back-to-back doubles for Rachel Varland. 2 for 2 today. Down low for a ball.
And back-to-back doubles here. With one out for the Lady Leafs to put one run on the board, and hopefully not the end here in this inning.
3-0 on the batter.
3 balls, no strikes.
Mackey is next.
1 down. Setting up on the outside corner was Phillips. She got the call in their first strike. Fouled off.
Fouled off to the right side.
Full count with 1 down.
Again, you got a little bit more speed there out on the base pass with Price running for Gillette. So hopefully a senior has some base running experience, can take advantage here if Varland's able to put the ball in play.
Up high it goes. Second baseman have to travel a long ways into foul territory, but she catches it. 2 down now.
Mackey here up with 2 outs and a runner on second. You like to see the freshman get a little confidence here, driving a runner, have a 2-out RBI here to keep the rally going.
Fouled off first pitch. 7-3. Lady Leafs lead it.
Dropped her hands there a little bit on that swing. I think that's why she was a little late. Really got to take her hands right, that front elbow, and hands the ball right away. Plenty of power. Let the bat, let the correct swing do the work for you. I'm sure she's heard that from the coaching staff several times. That's a much better swing.
Swing out into right field, and the right fielder's there for the third out
to right field
of the inning.
for the third out of the inning.
Kept her hands high and drove through that pitch, though. I like that swing better. I know it didn't work out the way she wanted to, but able to put a run on the board to take a 7-3 lead going here to the top of the sixth.
Yep, top of the sixth we go. 7-3, Maple Leafs lead it. Maple Leafs have gotten 7 runs on 8 hits. So far, the way we've scored it, no errors out in the field and 3 runners left on. The Bulldogs have been plagued by errors, 4 of them to be exact. 3 runs on 5 hits with 4 runners left on. Geneseo started off scoring early in the bottom of the first, and then scoring again in the bottom of the third. Streator answered back in the top of the fourth with 2 runs, and the Leafs and the Bulldogs split in the fifth, each getting 1 run across. Jenna Reddick will stay out there for the 6th inning, and the 5-hitter is due up.
Lexi Black will be leading it off.
Just re-entered Darian Gillette, which allows you to use that position and still keep everybody in the field. So Taylor Price still playing right field, but Gillette re-entered into the game as the first baseman. So again, the flexibility of the DP flex position utilized by Coach Pettit here late in the ball game.
Shortstop, Shoemaker to first. 1 down.
6-3 put out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice play by Shoemaker there. Get back into the dugout and get some more runs on the board. Has got to be the mantra the Lady Leafs are trying here in the 6th inning.
Brandon McCann now had some trouble out in left field. Missed a ball with this wind, and now tries to change it up here on the offensive side. Shoot a single up the middle her last at bat. Struck out her first time, 1 for 2 today. High, out of play. On our roof, Hannah Kane was looking for it somewhere.
Jenna tried her own changeup there and got the batter on her off her speed and was able to get pop out there. Back-to-back changeups by Reddick, able to get ahead here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bouncing in low, ball. 2-2 now. Called strike 3 outside corner. Reddick sits down the 2nd out of the inning. Now Shelby Schmitz, first baseman.
Shelby Schmitz, the first baseman, is your next batter.
Big gap there in right center. Rickett shading to left center, and Taylor Price hugging the line over there in right. Hit charts must say that Schmidt pulls quite a bit.
Pulls it left side. This time, foul though.
That's 0-2 on the batter with 2 outs and nobody on.
0-2 early with 2 down. Outside.
It's a good pitch. It's a good pitch.
Outside again. 2-2 now.
Working that outside corner.
Left side, foul it goes.
And now comes back inside, get your eye, focus on the outside. Tried to go there 2 or 3 pitches in a row. Now come back inside, change eye level, change inside, outside. That's what you want to do as a pitcher.
And a changeup sets her down. 1, 2, 3 in order to the bottom of the 6th. Starting things off will be the 8-hitter for the Leafs, Carly Rusk. Leafs have a couple more contests coming up here after today's contest. They will travel to Dixon, Reynolds Fields, a 4:30 start on that one. That will be on Thursday of this week. On Saturday, they have a doubleheader at Pontiac High School. Got Pack the Place night / autograph night on Tuesday, next Tuesday, a week from today, May 13th. Again, game time sets at 4:30. Regionals start up May 26th for the softball girls. Regionals and then sectionals start June 3rd.
Everything's a week late this year with IHSA. It happens every 7 years that everything gets pushed back a week starting time. So this is one of the later years for regionals and sectionals, but it happens to all sports. It's just a cycle with it going through. So we're running like a week behind. It's almost like a week behind in everything in all sports this year.
Luckily, we did too with the winter that we had this year. Would have been a lot more cancellations to try to fit in. Called strike 1 on Rusk. And it's a base hit over the second baseman's head. Drops in a shallow right. Andy Schomburg now.
I'd like to see the second baseman there turn and run instead of running with her glove up. I think she might have had a shot at that play, but the Lady Leafs will take that. Good hit. Looks like they are going to put, Streator's going to put on a shift here defensively, thinking that the bunt is coming.
Tell you what, you got to be brave to be that second baseman. Comes in a very, very shallow first base line.
Schomburg on a bunt attempt.
The defensive philosophy is thinking that the second baseman is going to be quicker and allow the first baseman to handle that play at first. Does leave a hole there on the right side of the infield, though.
Third baseman covers it over to first in time. 1 down now.
And that's the disadvantage of that. That ball rolling weakly to third base and probably could have got the lead runner at second base, but since they had shifted on the right side of the infield, there was nobody covering second base, so Geneseo was able to advance the lead runner and get a runner to in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Top of the lineup, Andy Shoemaker now. 1 for 3 today. With the runner on second. Swung on, it's a base hit in between the first and second baseman. Rounding third, onto home, it's a play at the plate and safe. Carly Rusk scores another run for the Maple Leafs.
It's good base running by Carly Rusk there, not hesitating, picking up Coach Mitchell early. I would like to have seen Maddie Shoemaker see that ball, miss the cutoff, and come into home, and I would have liked to seen her standing on second base, but right now she's at first. For her to be moving here early in the at bat.
Sierra Ricketts now, 1 for 3. This is a shot into left center field, and the center fielder drops it onto second. It was Shoemaker, and Ricketts thought that she had caught it. She started walking back to the dugout as Coach Kernan was saying, no, it fell down to the ground.
I like to heap praise where I heap criticism as well. I just was on Maddie Shoemaker for her base running there on the last play, but This time she got off as far as she could and was able to easily not get thrown out at second there on that drop ball. If she didn't advance that far, that drop ball, they may have been able to force her out at second base. So good base running there after the mistake on the last play.
Nice trigger, Jenna.
Jenna Rennick now. Ground out last time. Third base side. This time it's a shot into right center field, and it's a gapper getting past the right fielder. 1 run is going to score, and Ricketts is going to be held up at third base. Reddick at first, the first and third opportunity for the Lady Leafs.
For Kane, Gillette on deck.
And Kelsey Etter will be running for pitcher Jenna Rennick over on first base.
Same courtesy runner they've been using for the whole game. You got a play here. All softball coaches, you got first and third here with less than 2 outs, so you assume there's some type of base running play on here, and I would assume that Streator has some defensive play on to handle the first third situation as well.
Hannah Kane steps in. Down low for a ball. The Leafs could get 4 more runs across. They would end it in the bottom of the 6th. One out. Ball bounces low for a ball. 2-0 now.
Good stop there by Phillips.
So right now, ahead in the count. I don't see the runner going here. Geneseo trying to make a big inning out of this.
3 balls and no strikes on the batter.
3-0 with your 4 batter, probably giving her the green light, hoping that she has the experience here to only go after a pitch that she loves.
Down low, and she walks her.
To load him up.
Might see Streator coach coming out for a conference, and that we do. Streator coach will come out to talk things over with her pitcher, Molly Benner.
Walk-off grand slam, Zach?
There you go. We talked about it.
Just I want to call my shot early here, so everybody hears it on the air, but Gillette has the opportunity to end the ball game here with 1 swing.
A little team meeting over there with Coach Mitchell, Coach Kernan, Rachel Varlin, Darian Gillette. All of our runners on first, second, and third.
Got the batter. You got the 5 or 6
deck.
play. You got half the team over there with the on deck, and you got in the hole. Coach Pettit might be figuring out where they're going to get some dinner after the game. But looks like they're bringing in number 10,
Darren Brantz,
to run as a courtesy runner for Hannah Kane. A little bit more speed there.
And they have made a pitching change now. Pitching number 22, Maggie McGurk. She was the shortstop and has moved to pitcher.
Yeah, she's pitched the last couple of years on the JV level. When I was the head coach, JV level, I saw her pitch. She's got a little bit more speed than the first girl. Still does have a nice changeup, but like we said, the girls would rather see speed. So. Right-handed, a little bit of a pop there. Probably Gillette might be smiling here, thinking, that's a little bit more speed. I can hit this a little bit more.
To get this out of the ballpark, it would have to be a shot, and it would have to be more of a line drive, as that wind is coming in about 25 miles per hour straight in from center field, and a shift has been made. Center fielder is now playing in left center field, and left fielder is playing very tight to the line, and looks like a really big gap in center field and on the right field line.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Darian not having the power.
Ball back to the fence. Ricketts going to steal home, play at the plate, and she's out of the plate.
Out of the plate.
Trying to steal home on the ball back to the backstop.
Advance to second and third.
Ball bounced right back to the catcher there. Kind of unfortunate. The only way that could have gotten out there at home.
Called ball. 2-0 now. 9-2. Lady Leafs are leading it on the JV diamond in the 7th.
Keep those hips in there and drive the ball, Darian.
Varland is your next batter.
Lady Leafs lead it by 6 here, 9-3. Way outside.
It's almost a pitch out.
Yeah, and they walk her under first base. But you better watch out as Rachel Varland's 2 for 3 today with 2 doubles. Last time flew out to the second baseman.
I think she was walked there on reputation, anything. Nothing other than that, but Varland's been a hotter hitter in this game.
Little half swing foul right side.
Again, we're in a situation now where you one swing could end the ball game.
Down low, 2-0. 2 down, 9-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Hour and 16 minutes into this one.
Varland loves hitting the ball into the right center gap, and there is quite a gap out there right now. Take advantage of that, drive the ball.
With 2 outs. Varland is your batter.
Fouled off to the right side. 2 balls and a strike. It's a shot right up the middle, and it's going to score 1. Rounding second is Brant, rounding third at that, and scoring is Brant's. 11-3 now with the runner on second and first with a single from Varland.
Right center field, where she likes to hit the ball. Wasn't quite on the line drive. That ball's on the ground, but still a lot of her hits end up over there.
Carly Rusk is next.
Maddie Mackey now takes strike 1. Had some trouble today, 0 for 3. One is fouled off. 0-2 now.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'd like to see that front elbow and those hands right to the pitch. Yeah, she definitely has the pop in her bat to get that taken care of. This is just experience as a freshman, but really work on keeping those hands driving through the ball.
Way outside, ball. Catcher sets up almost on the outside of the left-handed batter's box. Way out. 1-2. Way up high again, evens the count up at 2s. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. Runners on first and second, 11-3 Maple Leaf lead. Swung on left side, third baseman fumbling it, stepping on third for the 3rd out of the inning to the 7th. We go. We'll be back here on TV 50.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
The 7th inning of the Maple Leafs lead it 11-3. Starting things off will be the 8-hitter. Strike 1.
Like Coach Pettit going to let Reddick go the whole way here and try to finish what she started. Again, another nice frame job there by Hannah Kane. Not sure that quite got the black, but she pulled it back in there and convinced the umpire there was a strike.
0-2 and 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 down.
First out of the inning.
Outside, but you got her to chase.
That's better, the catcher. That's Emily Murray.
Shania Phillips, the catcher behind the plate. 0 for 1, had a walk, and that drop third strike that hit her in the back of the head.
Get on any way you can. That's the old adage.
Whatever it takes.
That's right. At least she came around and scored after that.
Swinging strike. 1-1 now. Reddick thrown 68 pitches so far. Not that it matters as much as a baseball contest.
Softball pitching motion is much more natural on the arm, not nearly as taxing on the shoulder that the baseball throwing action is. So pitch counts generally are not a thing you really worry about in softball.
A swinging strikeout, 2 down.
Pretty efficient. 7 pitches, 2 strikeouts.
First batter in the Bulldogs lineup.
And now it's the top of the lineup. Emily Murray, second baseman. Baseball's winning 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Still batting for that 5th inning.
Good night to be a Leaf.
Yeah. The Leafs lead it by 8 up here. Called strike.
That's 1-1 on the batter.
1-1 now.
With 2 outs and nobody on.
2 down, top of the 7th. Foul ball.
Foul ball.
Zach, while we have a couple seconds here, I'd like to thank you and for allowing me to come up here and sit in on your broadcast.
No, it's been great. A lot of in-depth analysis we have.
It's in your blood when you coach for 10 years.
Yeah.
Gives you a little different perspective.
2-2.
Maybe a little too in-depth for some of the viewers. I apologize. We hit on the same topic a little too much, but just telling you what I'm seeing when I'm watching a ball game.
And it's a called strike 3 to end the contest.
Third out of the inning.
And Jenna Reddick has a dynamic 7th inning, just like the game she's had. 11-3. The Maple Leafs win it in great fashion. 12 hits they have. No recorded errors from us out in the field. 5 errors for the Bulldogs, and that's what plagued them throughout this contest. Any final thoughts for us before we sign off?
Well, you know, like you said, you really wanted to stay in the conference race. This was a must-win for the Lady Leafs, and they were able to do that this evening, looking towards conference championship and some postseason glory as well. So this was a game that Geneseo needed to win, and they took care of business and won 11-3 this evening.
Maple Leafs advanced to 17-6 overall in the year, and they are now 6-1 as that conference race becomes ever more evident here lately. Thank you. Oh, the JV final, we do have Geneseo 9, Streator 2 over on the JV diamond. So Leafs win both here, and the Leafs are winning up on the hill for baseball. That's going to wrap things up for Scott Hardison, Keith Kennett. I'm Zach Mackey saying so long. Till next time.